9th August is celebrated as World Tribal Day to protect the rights and preserve the culture and dignity of priceless, invaluable indigenous population. I am fortunate enough for making tireless efforts for the Tharu tribe of West Champaran, Bihar. I am keenly associated with them for the last over 4 decades and in the form of extensive and intensive research for over more than 2 decades based on participant observation. Facing all odds and hardships in an inhospitable environment including life threats from dacoits and Maoists. My doctoral thesis, Pattern of Social Change Among the Tharus of West Champaran, Bihar, is outcome of almost 25 years of continuous research in the field. The research on the Tharu tribe is one of its kind in history of social research, not only in terms of duration, but also in terms of including different crucial phases like carving out of Jharkhand from Bihar and getting scheduled tribe status and subsequent impact on the Tharu tribe. It is now an undeniable fact that the Tharus are the original inhabitants of the terai and have been living there since time immemorial. The terai is a vast alluvial land lying at the foot of the Himalayas, bordering densely populated Gangetic plain of the south. The Tharus live in different areas of West Champaran district of Bihar, and all these areas are contiguous to Nepal terai. It is worth mentioning that there is a considerable population of the Tharus in Nepal and in some of the adjoining districts of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. In West Champaran, the Tharus live in areas extending over 800 square miles on the northern border, bounded on the northeast and west by Nepal and on the south by the Tribeni or Undone canal. This area is widely known as Tharuhat. Irony is that the Tharus of Nainital and other districts of Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh are scheduled tribe availing themselves of all kind of facilities, concessions including reservation, but the brethren of the same community living in West Champaran district of Bihar remain deprived of these benefits for over almost more than 5 decades. They were not scheduled in the list of Indian Constitution and subsequently became vulnerable to outsiders' encroachment. Most of them have now become landless after alienated from their own land. Their story is the story of the highest form of exploitation, oppression and suppression. After long drawn out peaceful but persistent struggle, they have now been included in the list of scheduled tribes since 2003. But the big question is, whatever damage has been done, can it be undone? The Tharus are generally very simple, very innocent and very straightforward people. They are peace-loving community and remain away from all kinds of disputes or fights. They are very honest people who possess the quality of tolerance. Enviousness and jealousy are not part of their personality. Being impressed with the simplicity and innocence of the Tharus, Professor Ravindranath Ojha, a well-known scholar, has written a heart-touching, soul-stirring personal essay on one of his Tharu students, Ram Narayan, in his book Shivam Sundaram. The Tharus do not hesitate giving alms to beggars even though they may not be in a position to give. This exhibits the humanitarian aspect of their personality, which is hardly to be found in the so-called highly educated civilized people of the big cities. It is quite astonishing that despite backwardness, there is hardly any beggar found in the whole of Tharuhat. A Tharu shudders at the sight of a Tharu beggar. Besides relationship by blood and marriage, the Tharus have devised an other strong form of relationship by which two persons may enter into a sacred bond of friendship. Such ties of friendship are more enduring than those of marriage and blood. As described by Sri Shankar Mahato of Bakhari Bazar, himself a Tharu and a well-known social activist of the Tharuhat, we the Tharus believe that a relationship of a friend is the most sacred and binding of all earthly ties. Therefore, a friend in our community enjoys a higher and more esteemed position than our kith and kin. A popular saying confirms this fact, "Mit na chodai, chahe chodai saga bhai," meaning thereby that one may leave one's brother but not one's friend. The simplicity, honesty, and innocence have now become the weakest, the most vulnerable point of their personality. In the eyes of outsiders, the Tharus are big fools, uncultured and jungly. Meat and daru, that is liquor, have been another weakness of the Tharus and provided another vulnerable point for the outsiders or bajis to exploit and fleece them to the maximum. Almost all the big farms of the Tharuhat have cropped up after occupying the land of the Tharus through various unfair means by the non-Tharus. Even after getting scheduled tribe status since 2003, the naked game of exploitation of this simple and peace-loving Tharu tribe continues unabated. For how many more years they will continue to be suppressed, oppressed, downgraded and humiliated?